Hello guys, it's me Fishman e bem-vindos a mais um episódio de The Council. Vamos já dar, pronto, vamos para o terceiro capítulo, portanto, acho eu. Obviamente que eu fiquei aqui sem jogar durante algum tempo, um mês e tal, e pronto, devido a merdas e coisas e tal, mas já estamos de volta, portanto, vamos continuar. Eu acho que isto aqui dá tipo explica o que é que aconteceu.
In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything, even to...
But you do realize your mother will have to accept the consequences of her acts.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us soon.
I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know.
Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with two faces.
Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
Ok, já me lembro bem como é que isso se joga, mas não importa. A gente vai redescobrir. Ok, tenho que equipar uns livros para aprender as cenas e tal. Mas vamos lá ver o que é que eu posso aprender. O que é que eu posso usar para subir no próximo nível? Nem sei. Eu nem sei quantos livros é que posso... posso equipar 3. Mas acho que este ponto não faz assim grande diferença. Vamos só equipar estes 3. Porque já são precisos tantos pontos para evoluir as cenas, que eu acho que não vai fazer grande diferença. 4, não há nenhum que esteja, quer dizer, este está, Manipulation. Ok, se eu tiver Manipulation, mas não tenho, Manipulation era este. Então vamos assim. Ok, então basicamente isto está com muitas mortes, em muitas personalidades conhecidas. Não sei o que é que são aqueles pontinhos ali em baixo. A gente resolveu um enigma um bocado lixado. Eu gastei algumas expressões para resolver um enigma. E isso eu lembro-me. Para virmos aqui para baixo. Onde encontramos um cadáver. A dead people. Dead person. A dead guy. Eu pensei que era a mãe dele. Mas a gente viu sangue e a gente seguiu o sangue.
Louis, the conference is about to start any minute. This is not the time to be...
Dead.
Damn it. What's going on?
I don't know exactly, Mr. President. I was looking for my mother and I came upon this body.
My God. You don't think Sarah did it, do you?
Eu só tenho 2 pontos, shit. Eu já não me lembro. Restore to effort points. Ok, aquilo são os nossos effort points. Temporary reveals the... Ok, não vamos gastar pontos.
No, I don't think so. Why would she have attacked a servant?
If no one saw you, I'd advise you not to get involved, Louis, so that no one will accuse you of the murder. Darn, the conference is starting. Time is of the essence. Sort this out and join us as quickly as you can in the conference room. Everyone will be expecting you.
Mr. President, this is not really the right time, and I didn't come for that.
Your mother's seat cannot remain vacant. You must replace her while she's still missing. Your mother and I were to support Mortimer on this project. I don't know what the subject is, but the future of our countries depends on it. Given the importance of all this to Mortimer, he won't let the conference begin without you. So if you don't want more servants coming looking for you, I'd advise you to join us quickly and to put a brave face on it. The best favor you can do for yourself, Louis, and for Sarah, is to come and support Mortimer's project at the conference.
Ok, eu não sei se vou ser raptado, mas eu vou continuar a investigar, mas...
Look, I don't mind following you, but I should warn you. I have no idea what this is all about. So I can't make any promises as to what I might do. I shall make my decision after the debate, when the time comes.
Ah, very well. As you wish. You will see once you hear everything. But given the situation, I think you will have everything to gain by joining Mortimer's side. I'm going. Don't be long.
Tell them that I'm on my way.
Look for clues. Ok, temos aqui um monte de cenas.
Someone's made a fire here, and the ashes are still warm. If you're the one who did it, Mother, it couldn't have been easy with only one hand. An old blanket. From the looks of it, it couldn't have kept her very warm. Leftover food. Ugh, not exactly fresh. Must have been here for a while.
Eu acho que ela foi apanhada aqui assim de repente. Ela estava aqui a esconder-se, a dormir. Ok, mas itens. We need items! Se calhar ela descobriu a nossa mãe. Não, mas...
What the hell's been going on here?
Let's see what secret's hidden under these masks. His face doesn't ring a bell. I'm a bit disappointed. Might have expected more from Lord Mortimer.
Key with an occult air symbol.
Mother,
Ok, vamos ver se essa chave dá para este
the
portão.
situation is getting worse and worse. Well, the gate is locked.
Tem a chave que eu apanhei, caraças. O que é que eu posso fazer mais aqui nele?
Oh, he's dead. What the hell's been going on here?
Então, mas eu já examinei o corpo. Não é isto que eu quero, é isto. Como é que é de rifle? Como é que é de red PT? Estão bacanos? Os meus... admins? Não. Como é que é? Os meus... cois? Sócios? Key with an occult air symbol. Foi isto que a gente encontrou.
Somebody smashed it in the back of his head with something. He slowly bled to death. But that isn't what killed him. They broke his neck. Mother, this is your doing. The
Será que ela
situation is
escondeu alguma
getting
coisa aqui no meio das
worse and worse.
cinzas? Ela, eu estou a dizer que é a minha mãe que
Someone lit
está...
a fire here, and the ashes are still warm.
Ah, tem
You're
aqui
the
um
one who did
papel.
it, Mother. It couldn't have been easy with only
Tenho
one
que
hand.
examinar isto.
Must have just missed her. If only I hadn't wasted so much time getting out of Lord Mortimer's study.
Sócio, tem um papel. Porquê é que não apanhas este papel?
Someone's made a fire here, and the ashes are still warm. If you're the one who did it, Mother, it couldn't have been easy with only one hand.
Então, mas eu não estou a ver mais nada, man.
Well, the gate is locked.
Se a gente não consegue encontrar mais nada, mais vale irmos para a reunião. Ok, mas agora já temos acesso aqui abaixo. Temos de tentar encontrar alguma chave. Ok, aqui está o labirinto que eu estava a falar há um bocado. Muito complicado. Shit. Não, acho que uma saída para aqui. Não. Só se tu consegues passar por aí, tu és magro o suficiente. Não queres? Isto é só porque não queres, sócio. Ok. Eu não sei onde é que é a conference room. Estou aqui, library, dining hall. Este é os quartos, Mortimer's office. Shit, where the fuck is the conference room? É aqui, sócio.
Monsieur de Richet, you're the only one missing at the conference. Please join the guests.
Aonde, sócio? Na boa, Dreyfus. Eu não... Por norma não presto muita atenção ao Discord. Eu sei que devia prestar mais atenção. Até porque o Discord eu posto lá os giveaways. O giveaway que está a bombar agora, neste momento, até dia 21 de junho, que é o meu dia de aniversário, para ganharem 6 jogos. Está lá o link para participarem. Está também aí por baixo, no stream ou no YouTube, onde quer que vocês estejam a ver. Portanto, participem. Mas eu devia dar mais atenção no Discord. Eu só vou lá postar as cenas. Ui, que é isto? Eu só vou lá postar as cenas. Tipo cenas de giveaways que eu vejo bacanas, ou free games. E depois não tomo muito mais atenção a isso. Ok, Devil's Thorn. Devil's Thorn é qual? Ok, tenho que usar mais Devil's Thorns. Um livro? Oh, uma caixinha.
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
Oh yeah. Vamos a testar-nos. Não sei onde é que eu estou. Sim, conference room, né? Está-se bem, sócio. Mas ok, sim, eu vou tentar prestar mais atenção no Discord. Sorry. World Domination. Isto é mesmo um Illuminati shit. Sim, sim, meu direito PT. Offshores. Ok, deixa-me falar primeiro com eles.
Ah, Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us. We are about to begin our conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you kindly, but what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry. You are not alone, Louis.
Very well. Can you give me a brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis. I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
In concrete terms, How do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are 2 masters of ceremony who determine an important subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Exactly. We shall be the masters of ceremony. It was our obligation to each bring to the table several guests in order to debate a subject. Once the debate is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the 2 masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In other words, us.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
Illuminati!
Do you often hold this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings.
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
The 9/11.
Take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited. But as far as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
Boa, Drive. É mesmo isso.
Louis, let me keep you a moment.
Illuminati shit.
I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin, because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French. My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, 2 democracies illuminating the world.
Illuminating.
But why spread it over 2 phases? Why not announce the overall project immediately?
Unfortunately, if Spain were to hear that the intention of all this is to allow the United States to grow, they would never sign. Manuel Godoy is perfectly aware of President Washington's appetite. If the United States took Louisiana, Godoy would know full well that he will have lost the entire North American continent. Things must take place in several stages. Otherwise, the change will be too brutal, and he will have no choice but to reject the project. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you, like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you, Louis. It's time to start now. I must ask you to keep it to yourself for the time being. Take a seat, follow the discussions. We'll have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts.
Shit, que não devia ter utilizado aquilo ali logo. Prontos.
My friends, I propose we get started. First of all, I would like to thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet.
What
who
up,
will represent
bitches?
the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur.
I hope he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel, you're not going to spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about a king of divine blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
Thank you all. I am honored to be among you today. I will strive to represent the interests of the Order as best I can.
Perhaps we may begin, Lord Mortimer.
Certainly. I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before. A dream that, for the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer. But I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I need not remind you that North America is currently divided between the United States on the East Coast and Spain,
East Coast,
which occupies the remaining 2/3 of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain cede the center of the continent to France, namely all of Louisiana.
Louisiana? But, well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice, my good fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? I do not understand.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not a question.
Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France, free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a strange example you set for your young protégé. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
Okay. Ooh.
If I were you, Senor Godoy, I would think twice before stirring up a scandal.
I beg your pardon?
Given the size of your colonies, you won't be able to keep them for long. A number of countries are eyeing them as we speak. The United States would have no trouble taking them. For all intents and purposes, you have no army in place. By wanting to keep everything, you risk losing it all, especially your colonies in South America, which are far more valuable to you.
That is indeed the danger, Duke Manuel. If it comes to war over Louisiana, you will lose. And probably a good deal more than you now imagine.
Young man, you are indeed a dark horse, aren't you?
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
And I am, Mr. President. That is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland, where you would needlessly lose most of your troops. It would weaken you, and offer certain nations the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George. Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any more enemies. I hope you know what you're doing.
Am I imagining things, or does it look like Washington isn't aware of Mortimer's plan?
Yep.
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
In any case, my lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Ich versichere Ihnen, Emily, nie Preußen wird diese Vereinbarung akzeptieren.
Kippa.
I assure you, Emily, the Prussian will never accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Duchess,
Eles
I
sabem
am
alguma
persuaded
coisa.
that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William. These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume, and let Sir Gregory finish.
Home, Godoy, and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
How dare you!
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us, as per usual. Chaos! That's enough. I'm tired. We shall continue this discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me. Are you coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
As for me, I think I shall remain with Lord Mortimer, Sir Gregory.
Melhor que ir no lado bom dele e perceber o que é que ele quer fazer, qual é que é o objetivo real, porque é que ele quer expandir o território dos United States. Portanto, eu posso optar por ficar do lado dele apenas para derrubar o poder Illuminati. Chiba-te mais, chiba-te.
My friends, I would like to thank you for staying.
Good God, William. What is this I hear about you reinforcing military power in Louisiana? I have no interest in having France for a neighbor, and you know that very well.
Calm down, George. Louis, explain our plan to Mr. Washington, please.
I would have been only too glad to, Lord Mortimer. Unfortunately, I'm not sure myself that I have fully understood all the details of your plan.
Oh, Louis. President Washington, the United States...
Deixa eu ver se ele se chiba de mais alguma cena.
By what miracle have you...
You need to expand, George. You and France are the two major democracies in the modern world. It is necessary that you both become superpowers.
Are you really going to sponsor democracy throughout the world?
Of course, Monsieur Peru. That's why I don't want Spain to get too attached to those weapons. Please continue, Louis. Explain my vision to Mr. President.
Mr. President, Lord Mortimer intends for you to conquer all the North American continent. He's relying on you to not stop at Louisiana, but to continue to push west.
Indeed, it would be dishonest to pretend that this is not my final objective.
But why didn't you tell me before?
So that Lord Mortimer would appear to be isolated without support.
Exactly. You got it, Louis.
Lord Mortimer retains the advantage by advancing undercover, and for it to work, He needed you to act surprised.
William, you haven't changed. Always one step ahead.
One step ahead? You're joking. More like 5.
On that note, my friends, it's getting late. Mr. President, continue to take offense over my project when we resume the conference in the morning. You do it to a T. And if Sir Gregory has the audacity to send you an emissary to convince you to go against me, do me a favor. String him along if you can. The more they believe we are divided, the more we'll have our hands free.
Only too happy to oblige.
Now, let us get some rest. We've got a big day tomorrow. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Louis, if you have a minute, I would like to ask a favor of you. I'm going to require your services.
How can I be of help? Tell me all about it.
Our adversaries are many, and the closing vote of the conference will soon be upon us. Time is of an essence, so I'll need you to assist me this evening.
How can I help?
I need you to go this very evening to persuade Senor Godoy to join us. He is the backbone of Gregory's resistance. Turn him round, and all the others will follow in such a stampede that Gregory will be able to do nothing but admit defeat.
Lord Mortimer, with all due respect, don't you think I'm the last person Godoy wants to talk to?
I'm sure you can do it. I believe in you.
Tudo o que eu preciso é que acreditem em mim.
Lord Mortimer, you're not telling me everything.
Let's say I wouldn't disapprove if the Right Honorable, though nonetheless choleric, Duke Manuel put you in his bad books. If it could motivate him to declare war on France, it would greatly serve our interests.
War? What do you mean?
I told you before the conference. The more we distract Spain from the Americas, the less it will have an eye on Louisiana.
But all the same, we're talking about a war in Europe.
Don't worry. That's why Mr. Bonaparte is with us. I am convinced we'll be perfectly capable of managing the conflict. And Senor Godoy is not a great soldier. He will not commit Spain to a long war that he won't be capable of managing.
I'll go straight away.
Thank you, my boy. And get some rest afterwards. Big day tomorrow.
Ui, ok. O gajo está a tentar iniciar a Primeira Guerra Mundial. Eu já li isto tudo. A puta da porta está sempre a abrir. Já me borrou aqui. Por isso é que ele está a financiar um monte de produtos. É para a guerra.
Aren't you afraid our projects for Italy may be discovered before we... Oh. Please excuse us, Louis. But I need to speak with Lord Mortimer.
Devo meter aqui Portugal à mistura também.
What do you want, Louis?
I'm going to have a word with Duke Manuel, but you know him better than I do, I believe.
Yes. Avoid any marks of respect and protocol pertaining to his rank. He's not fond of courtly manners.
Okay.
Thank you for the advice, my lord. When are we supposed to vote?
The conference resumes tomorrow morning. That leaves little time for the little favor I spoke to you about.
Indeed. I'll go straight away.
Ok, eu sei que a guerra vai acontecer de qualquer maneira, portanto.
I shall be leaving you.
Mais vale ficar do lado deles para tentar evitar aqui algo maior, se calhar. Godoy. Qual é que é o Godoy? Então, onde é que está o quarto dele? Peru, Bonaparte, Hillsborough, de Richer, Washington, Adams. Provavelmente é este aqui, não? Ups, não. Será que há algum item para aqui? Que eu tivesse deixado para trás? Anu! Estou a ver o mapa mal. Era a porta ao lado.
Sir Johann van Volna.
Não. Consegui entrar. Primeira vez que eu entro aqui. Vamos já fezar
The
isto tudo.
alchemist as a young man. The Great Work of the Soul by S. Madone. Pure alchemy is a thought, an art that is performed on the matter of the soul. Great alchemists work to transform and perfect the latter by a series of processes known as the Great Work. There are 4 phases to attain the ultimate in spiritual fulfillment. The human soul must descend, be corrupt, in order to become decomposed. It's something like what I felt when I think of what I found out about my mother. The soul broken up must be purified by the alchemist. Nice program. The soul must be transformed in order to attain sublimation by the recommendation of the alchemist. It's tempting.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Thus ends the great work. The incarnation of the purified spirit, the elevation of the soul, now become perfect. Its resurrection, thanks to the action of the alchemist. Except if the alchemist has bad intentions, then it's called manipulation.
Manipulação dos elementos.
Very
Isso é mais
metaphorical as occult theories go.
Avatar
The
do
human
Lester Bender.
spirit being the prima materia of the alchemist. A cache.
Ok, mais um livrinho. O que é isto? Uma jelly. Então, jelly é um...
Honey. I couldn't have hoped for better.
Honey! Nananana. Que é esta merda? Oh, um coisa de elemental. E o Ouroboros? Não, não é o Ouroboros. O Ouroboros supostamente morde na mesma cauda, na cauda dele próprio. Aquilo é uma cobra morder um dragão que está a morder. Ok. Search.
Golden elixir. A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart. Amber crystals. The alchemist is an old man.
Ok, não sei como é que eu volto a encher todos os meus pontos. Será que não dá? Mas devia ganhar alguma habilidade que me permitisse que as poções dessem mais. Agora, qual é que é o 4-letter code? Collector's Coin. Dear Johan, I'm so glad you are coming. I did not doubt for a single minute that you would accept this invitation. Despite the risk involved and the fact that we know each other well, though we have gotten over many obstacles together, I cannot hide my apprehension this time around, given how high stakes are today. But having you here, Johan, is an invaluable asset. Keep up the effort, and I will be all the more proud and satisfied. I look forward to seeing you again, Gregory H. Ok. And not a clue. Será que são...
Chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Não. Vamos ver as iniciais disto.
The Great Work of the Soul by S. Madone.
Madonna.
Pure alchemy is a thought, an art on the matter of the soul. Great alchemists work to transform and perfect the latter by a series of processes known as the Great Work. There are 4 phases to attain the ultimate in spiritual fulfillment.
MLXI.
Very metaphorical.
MLXI.
MLXI. Being the prima materia of the alchemist.
MLXI. Vamos lá ver se MLXI. MLXI.
A chest locked with a
4-letter. Tenho que repetir várias vezes para não me esquecer. Não há. LOL. MLXI M X I L. Não está na ordem certa, mas
A chest lock with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
liso. Zeus? Pois, supostamente eu poderia ter... O GPT está a dizer que eu perdi uma parte grande no início do capítulo. Supostamente eu deveria ter podido entrar lá, mas eu não encontrei nada que me fizesse ir lá. Eu tinha medo que depois eles suspeitassem de chegar tarde. E portanto eu não descobri nada. Ok, vou analisar os quadros.
The signs of obscurantism. Dá aqui alguma merda? The alchemist is a young man.
Será que está?
A chest lock with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Não.
The signs of the zodiac. Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Ok, não sei o que é que se passa. LOL, eu lembro-me uma vez, também de engadabaile, alguém que me ligou de uma cena dessas. Estavam-me a chatear. Aquelas pessoas que ligam a ver se a gente tem interesse em alguma cena em mudar, ou fazer um seguro, ou mudar de operador de telefone, ou caralho que os foda. E houve uma vez que apeteceu-me atrofiar e eu fiquei a atrofiar. Então eu basicamente fiz com que a pessoa que estava a telefonar para mim me tratasse por Senhor Joana. Ou foi ao contrário, ou era Senhora João. Basicamente disse que tinha trocado de sexo, mas que a operação não estava completa, portanto legalmente ainda era Senhor, mas já tinha mudado o nome para Joana. Então o gajo... Era uma gaja. Não, o gajo teve o tempo todo num grande struggle para dizer Senhora João. Acho que era isso, Senhora João. Eu já fiz a operação, mas ainda não consegui mudar o nome. Acho que era... Não, era... Epá, não me lembro. Sei que era uma merda assim de género. E fiz muita força para não rir. Muita mesmo.
President George Washington.
Onde é que é o quarto do Godoy? Barrote. Que eu saiba, isto é que é a única parte que tem quartos. Isto é do padre. Isto é o meu quarto. What the fuck?
Ah, Monsieur de Richet.
O que é que eu queria falar com o
You wouldn't
Godoy?
have seen Duke Manuel by any chance, would you?
I was going to ask you the same question.
I wanted to speak to him, but no one will open the door. I'm not sure he's in there.
If I want to pass through, I'll have to get Volner out of the way.
Perhaps he didn't hear you. Did you try entering?
No, of course not. It would not be proper, after all.
Excuse me, Mr. von Volner. I'd like to get past.
Sorry, sir, but you will have to wait your turn. I, too, would like to speak to the Duke.
Great. Now he's not going to let me pass. Duke Manuel Godoy. Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Ok, vamos tentar entrar num quarto e ir pela parte de fora, pelas janelas. No nosso quarto. Porque é que ele quer falar com ele? Toda a gente aqui tem os seus próprios planos, man.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Is he dead?
Kiss of Judas, painted by Caravaggio. This is how Judas pointed out Christ to the Roman soldiers. Can you imagine a worse betrayal? Mary Louise of Parma.
Parmesan.
How ironic having a painting of the Queen of Spain in one's room, my Lord Duke.
Lord Duke, here's an information obtained by intelligence. I can confirm that Mr. Hay is indeed working on an agreement with Great Britain. The aim seems to be weaken the French economy and secretly that of the Spanish by seizing merchandise at sea. Our treasuries are already suffering from the embargo on the French food products. Such treaty would mean the ruin of our colonies. I have no doubt that you will be able to swiftly find a diplomatic solution, awaiting further instructions. What the fuck? Mandei essa mensagem. Okay.
Don Quixote. Talking without thinking.
Don Quixote la
is
Maja.
like shoot Prometheus. Punished for stealing fire from the gods and giving it to man.
Eu estou no quarto do gajo, do Godoy.
A cache. Brutus and his companions taking
Devil's Thorn.
Charles IV of Spain. Now there's no chance of Godoy forgetting who he owes everything to.
Ok, mais livrinho. Mais item. Ok, está tudo no máximo já. Que às vezes em cima ali nos livros também há cenas. Não me parece que desta vez haja. Prometheus.
Don Quixote.
Ok, Don Quixote.
Talking without thinking is like shooting with.
Godoy's room. Pois o Godoy não está aqui.
I have to think about that one.
Será que posso sair pela porta?
Volner's probably still behind the door. I'd best go out through the balcony just in case.
Ok, tudo no máximo. Não dá. Ok. Vamos pela nossa porta. Então onde é que o Godoy anda?
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Lovely lectures Mortimer is giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Onde é que está a descida? Ok, acho que temos aqui uma descida, não? Não. Esta porta não vai dar lado nenhum. Por enquanto ainda não vai dar lado nenhum. Epá, eu percebo que os gajos que telefonam tipo são chatos. E são bué da chatos. Ainda hoje me telefonaram 2 e um deles era muito chato. Tive para mandá-lo para um sítio que eu cá sei. Tipo, eles estão a fazer o trabalho deles, coitados. Eu já estive num daqueles trabalhos e é tipo, é o pior. Hoje em dia também trabalho a falar com pessoas por telefone, mas não sou eu que ligo, portanto são as pessoas que ligam para mim. Portanto, se elas estão a ligar porque querem ajuda, se elas querem ajuda não me vão tratar mal. Não estou a incomodar ninguém. Mas pronto, eu percebo a cena. Oh, uma mulher!
A Byzant from the Byzantine Empire. A coin often used during the St. Louis era.
Uau! Que abancamento tão grande. Sócio, onde é que está o Godoy?
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
Have you seen Duke Manuel?
The Duke is in the dining room, sir.
Ok, dining room. Forecourt, small saloon, dining hall. Ok, ali ao fundo. É pá, sim. Não deixam de ser chatos. Há pessoas que o trabalho deles é mesmo ser chatos, né? Tipo eu. Este trabalho, isto não é bem um trabalho, isto é, pronto, é tipo diversão, né? Part-time. Gostava que isto fosse o meu trabalho. Gostava. Mas preciso para aí de multiplicar por 3 o número de views que tenho no canal. Por 3? 1000. Desculpem, não concluí bem a frase. Mas sou chato, estou sempre a dizer ao pessoal para subscreverem. Oh, tão romântico. Posso comer alguma coisa? Não. Vamos comer-nos? Como é, Godoy?
Well, well. Monsieur de Richet, I
Vamos
was
lá
not
convencer o
expecting
gajo.
you. I am not in the mood, sir, I warn you. What do you want from me, sir?
Tenho que ver quais é que são as fraquezas dele. To be discovered. Shit. Então vamos usar uma destas expressões.
You and I both serve our countries as best we can, Duke Manuel. We're our ambassadors. It doesn't mean we have to oppose each other. France and Spain have always been neighbors and friends. We share common issues, and it's not in our interest to come into conflict, let alone on our own home soil.
All right. You have my full attention, Monsieur de Richet. Make good use of it. Just tell me one thing, Monsieur. Why did you side with Mortimer? He is alone, isolated. The United States can do nothing to help you, and France is surrounded by over 10 countries, just waiting for the word to bounce. Really, I do not see why you choose Mortimer.
The Golden Order, my friend. The Order is everywhere. We come from France. We are President of the United States, England, and many other countries. We have ambitions and the means to carry them out. You'll see, once all hell breaks out and your English support starts to fade away. The Order is an international organization. It matters little what governments do. Otherwise, why would Mortimer have gone to the trouble of inviting my mother?
If you are right, Sir Gregory has got it all wrong. Tell me, do you really believe Spain has any interest in ceding Louisiana to France?
Duke Manuel, for Spain, I don't know. But for you, I'm convinced that Lord Mortimer will thank you generously.
You would not be trying to bribe me, would you?
Nothing could be further from my mind. It would be an insult to believe that someone such as yourself might have a practical attitude towards its virtue. Even so, it is only natural that you be supported and encouraged if you were to follow Lord Mortimer, isn't it?
Indeed, for services rendered, it would be natural for me to receive compensation for the time spent achieving such an undertaking, yes?
Naturally. And, given your status, my Lord Duke, the compensation would have to be considerable.
Naturally. Tell me one last thing. What would I gain from all this?
Shit. Ok, shit, eu gastei mais um item à toa, que aquilo não me diz qual é que era a opção mais viável. Manipulation, ocultismo. Ok.
If you continue with home, our two countries will become rivals. It could turn into war. Who knows?
It is likely, even.
A war, Duke Manuel. On our own territories. Do you really see yourself committing the Kingdom of Spain to an armed conflict against France? Can you imagine the financial investment required, not to mention the loss of lives and dishonor at the slightest defeat? Do you see yourself being the man responsible for that?
No, but you are the one who's pushing me into it, you damned Frenchman!
I'm not pushing you into anything, Duke Manuel. If you are a man of the future and of progress, as I'm given to believe, you will know how much suffering a war would
falhar.
Come on, you fool, give it up. You're trapped like a rat.
Monsieur, I am astounded. I did not think you capable, but you have succeeded. I will be more wary of you the next time. Nonetheless, if you can guarantee Lord Mortimer's support, then yes, you can count on my vote when the time comes. However, I expect you to be discreet with regard to my former partners, without which our agreement will become null and void.
Of course, my Lord Duke. You can count on me. Lord Mortimer will be delighted to hear the news.
I hope you know what you are getting into, Louis. I bid you good luck.
Good night, my Lord Duke.
See you tomorrow. That's one thing out of the way. The only thing left to do is wait for the conference to resume tomorrow morning.
Então vamos para a caminha. Quem é que aparecerá morto? Desta vez.
Circe.
Será que eu consigo ir lá abaixo, àquela parte, investigar mais?
Atreus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Liberty or death? By...
Só se eu sair aqui para o jardim.
Well, I'll take liberty, please. But I do understand his choice, even though...
Go to bed. Not yet. Not yet, my friend. Ok, eu acho que há outra entrada para ir para ali, mas pronto, eu vou aqui pelo caminho que eu conheço. Dado que isto é um labirinto, melhor eu vir por aqui. Ir dar ao sítio certo. Ups. Conheço tão bem. Vamos lá abaixo, vamos tentar... Oh, já não dá. Damn, shit, fuck, motherfucker. Porquê que não dá para ir lá para baixo? Tenho que fazer ozinho, é? O bebê. Então pronto, se não dá para ir lá para baixo, vamos para a cama. Ok, eu tenho ali um status negativo, eu não sei bem o que é este status negativo. Dialogue timer is hidden. Oh, talvez se a gente dormir, talvez passe isso, senão vou tomar uma ervinha. Tomar uma ervinha. Não, não é essa ervinha que eu estou a falar. Como é que eu vou para os quartos? Service stairs, acho que é ali. Oi, oi. Devil's Thorn. Ok, aqui. Bem, mas eu, apesar de já não vir ao jogo assim há algum tempo, eu já estou a perceber. O meu quarto é aqui. Não. Aqui. Elementar, Peru. Washingtons. Godóis de Richer. Acho que é mais perto por aqui. Apesar de não ter jogado agora o jogo durante esse um mês e tal, já estou a perceber um bocadinho melhor a dinâmica e a importância dos itens. Isto é muito importante. O quarto é este, ok. Será que o outro ainda está aqui a bater à porta? Ainda está lá a bater à porta. Sócio. Então não é este o meu quarto? Ah não, é aqui. Ups! Vou acordar o padre. Está lá ele a... umas garotas.
Good evening, Monsieur le Français.
Duchess, you're here. What a charming surprise. I'm beginning to think you can't be without me.
You have managed to penetrate my armor, sir. Am I disturbing you, perhaps?
That's not what I said.
Ah, by the way, you surprised me during the conference.
Why's that?
Well, you are going to lose. Why stay with Lord Mortimer?
I believe he has every chance of winning.
My, you are a rash one. However, if ever you want to change sides, please feel free to let me know.
But tell me, you didn't come here to try and make me change my mind, did you?
That's the last thing on my mind, although you would have everything to gain by it.
There's no point trying to persuade me. Don't hold it against me.
A não ser que...
Not silly. Louis, if you trust me, you ought to ask yourself why I have chosen home. You do trust me, don't you?
Of course, Emily.
Admit, though, that it does make you think. There's still time, you know. Join us, before it's too late.
Unfortunately, my word is my bond. I don't want to leave Lord Mortimer in the lurch.
Very well, as you wish. It's up to you to decide.
Tell me, are these visits to Mortimer's always so intense?
Yes and no. My sister doesn't normally disappear like she has. Any news of your mother?
Well, I should imagine you're still shaken. I promise to shed light on my mother's circumstances as soon as possible.
There's not much to shed light on. What your mother did is inexcusable. She won the trust of my sister in order to more easily betray her. She didn't do anything to her. Can we change subject, please? I didn't come here to go through all that again.
Of course, it's late. You're right.
Não? Estão-se a beijar assim. Quem é que se beija assim?
Come, Louis.
Então não vou ver nada. Fogo. Então para que é que foi isto? Ei, umas tetas mesmo. Oi, visões. A gente gosta disto.
My friends, do not worry. I assure you that Lord Mortimer's plan will never see the light of day. I shall deal with informing our allies, but for the time being, I need you to make a stand.
What do you think about Monsieur de Richet?
I don't know yet. I feel there's great potential in him. He looks like he can be trusted. And Duchess Hillsborough, why isn't she here? She's busy. Don't worry about her.
Oh, isn't it time to replace her?
Not so fast, sir. She is an important figure. You ought to have a little more faith in her. What are we going to do about Washington? He will be a hard nut to crack. On our chessboard, he is Mortimer's king. Don't worry. Mr. President only wants one thing. To keep his dear America united. He won't jeopardize everything he has achieved on a whim. He has been serving Mortimer for quite some time. It won't be easy to bring him around. Do you feel all right, Mr. Godoy? You haven't said a word.
Please excuse me, gentlemen. I feel tired.
Oh, I see. I think it is high time you left us then. Now!
Uou! O gajo sabe. What the fuck? O gajo sabe que a gente consegue. Sabe que alguém consegue entrar no corpo dos outros. Ele sabia que a gente estava a espiar.
Emily?
Oi, barrote.
Emily? Are you there?
Sócio, estás-te a queixar do quê? Ela foi pirou contigo e vazou, sócio. Se calhar está ali. Não, não está.
Sir, the conference is about to begin. You are expected in the conference room.
Tell them I'm coming.
Oh!
Thank you.
I just came last night.
Game is back on.
Ok. Estava dividido 4 por 4, não, mesmo assim o outro lado tinha mais
My
força.
friends, the conference is about to begin. Please excuse me if I troubled you last night with my project. I understand that you might well have a few questions to ask. As you know, the final vote will be cast in a few days. This morning's aim is to answer your questions and check the temperature of your respective positions so that we may reach a greater understanding.
As always, Lord Mortimer.
We parted in perfect disagreement, my lord. Where would you like us to take it from?
Come, sir. Please let William believe he still has a chance of winning us over. Otherwise, his imprecations will lack panache, and we shall be bored stiff.
Oh, let me reassure you, I am convinced that a good night's sleep has brought sound advice, and that this morning will be even more interesting. Therefore, I would like to go around the table in order to hear everyone's first impressions.
Well, I am still firmly against it, even though my choice won't count.
Against.
Against. Against.
And you, Duke Manuel?
Well, you see, it is more complicated and
Godoy? Calm, Gregory. Don't try to impress my guests, please.
They are not your guests.
Gregory, anyone under my roof is by definition my guest. You included. I would be very grateful if you would let my guests speak. Duke Manuel, you were saying you still had some doubts?
Well, you see, the situation has changed since last night.
What's going on here, my Lord Duke?
You see, I gave it some thought during the night. New arguments have come to light.
What do you mean, Duke Manuel?
Sir Gregory, I regret to inform you that Spain will not support you in this operation. I vote for. Moreover, in response to arguments brought to my attention, I declare war on France.
What is he doing?
If you think France is afraid of you, you are dreaming.
Over 10 nations rise against you, young man, and you behave like a yapping little dog?
When the French armies are at your door, my Lord Duke, you will change your tune. Well, as for me, I am for Lord Mortimer's project, despite Duchess Hillsborough's overwhelmingly convincing nocturnal attentions.
What? So Emily was playing at trying to win over guests last night?
It was nothing more than a friendly little chat, of course.
How could it be otherwise? And by the way, remember me to your husband when you see him. And you, President Washington.
E ela andava ali a pinar com todos.
For, of course.
Well, that leaves just yourself and Monsieur Peru, Louis.
You're all making me sick. Look at yourselves.
What?
You are pathetic!
Have you been drinking or what?
Cada vez gosto mais deste gajo, o Peru.
My Lord Duke this, and Madame Duchess that. You know very well that we're nothing but puppets on a damn string.
Jacques,
Let's end the charade. It's over.
Jacques.
My lord, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. But it didn't come for free. And now I see the price is too high to pay. I'll stop.
Come, Jacques, we'll talk it over.
No, I'm finished. I want my freedom back, my lord. I shall no longer work for you.
Wait!
De Richet, you just can't help it, can you? Stop trying to play the hero, man!
Monsieur, I know I don't really know you, but you seem like a decent person.
I have done so many horrible things.
You blame yourself, I can see that. Everything's not lost.
I don't want to do bad things anymore.
You can take control of yourself again. You can fix whatever it is you've done.
Do you really believe that?
Of course, Jacques. You'll have all the time you need.
Shit.
Jacques, you're not alone.
There's nothing you can do against him.
Of course there is. We've already started.
How can you say that, knowing he's already probably gotten rid of your mother, Louis?
No, he hasn't. She's still here. She's alive, Jacques.
But...
Yes, trust me. This is not who you are. You're better than that.
You don't know me.
Yes, I do. I know you're no coward, so give me your weapon, please.
But
There's nothing to fear. I'm right here.
I don't want him to talk to me.
Don't worry. You're safe now, Jacques.
Monsieur Peru, you could have seriously hurt someone if Monsieur de Richet here hadn't stopped you. Your behavior is unacceptable. You would do better to go and rest in your apartment. My friends, we shall continue the conference later. I would like to apologize for the inexcusable behavior of my guest. We all need to recover from all of this excitement. Take the rest of the day off.
Failed. Could have allowed myself to be convinced by Lady Hillsborough. Could have followed Sir Gregory's home. I could have left Jacques Perrault's secret. Could have found out a secret from Napoleon Bonaparte. Ok. Pimba, level 8. Level 9. Pimba, já fostes. Ok. 8 pontos disponíveis. Deixa eu ver o que é que está aqui mais fraquinho. Ganhámos ali 3 pontos. Vamos evoluir isto. Que livros é que eu tenho? Linguistics, Agility, Subterfuges, Politics, Logic, Erudition. Agility, eu vou ganhar um ponto lá. Ok, acho que era assim. Acabei o capítulo 3. Se calhar já acabei o capítulo. O capítulo 3 é assim tão curto?
I don't understand. I spoke to him only recently.
Monsieur Peru has lost his mind. It's obvious.
Yet another way for the French to make a spectacle of themselves. Well, once again it has worked.
My friends, let us settle down, please. We are all in shock, of course. Let us celebrate Louis.
Eu não me lembro se aquilo só acontece no fim do capítulo.
Yes, that was very noble of you, Louis.
Gracias.
You have given us all a fine lesson in courage.
Thank you.
He owes you his life. That's quite something.
That madman deserves to die.
We are providing Monsieur Peru with care, but rest assured, he is no longer a danger to himself or anyone else. I think everyone needs a little rest.
Louis?
Can you stay a moment?
Of course.
Sabia. Afinal acho que acabei o capítulo mesmo. Estou a equipar livros. Não dá para ver. sei porque é que isto não me diz em que capítulo é que eu estou. Whatever, vamos prosseguir. Se depois amanhã fazemos...
Louis, I wanted to thank you personally. I admire what you did to save Monsieur Peru's life. You have given us all a wonderful lesson in courage.
Don't mention it, my lord. You would have done the same. I was just quicker.
Ah, humility is a fine quality, sir.
Where is he now?
In his room. I've sedated him. I don't want him trying to take his life again. Or, worse yet, attacking one of the guests. When in despair, Monsieur Peru is clearly a dangerous man.
Tell me, my lord, can you think of any reason why he would be so terrified of you?
Terrified? Come now, that's a bit harsh. I think he was simply unable to put things into perspective. I see no reason to fear me. Ask President Washington. I don't believe I'm such a difficult friend.
Having spoken to him, I can assure you that he feared you even more than death itself. Had he disappointed you in any way recently?
Of course, he was on the edge. He was desperate, and it grew noticeable in his work. Our collaboration was probably coming to an end, but I certainly didn't feel the need to threaten him, ever.
But without you, no more support, no more money. It was an end to his social status. If you lost, he lost everything, didn't he?
No, not his life.
Thanks to me, I guess. On that note, my lord, I'll be leaving you. Have we covered everything?
Absolutely. Oh, Louis, one more thing, please. I wanted to thank you for your support during the conference. You've made the right choice, and it gives me tremendous satisfaction to have you with me on this project.
Satisfaction. Satisfaction.
What is at stake is worth it, my lord. Now, I won't hide from you the fact that I have no idea by what miracle we could ever get a unanimous vote.
Trust me, Louis. We still have a few more cards to play. You'll see. Anything can happen in politics.
I'll see you later.
I'll see you later, Louis.
Ciao. Não sei que tens aí uma cena secreta atrás, motherfucker. Então. Epá, eu não percebi se acabei o capítulo ou não. O meu quarto. Nunca sei qual é o lado mais... O meu quarto é precisamente na outra ponta desta porcaria.
Yes, sir.
Your yes is not sufficient. Tell the others, for crying out loud. Remember to close my window once you've done my room. This isn't Corsica, you know. I'm freezing.
Of course, sir. I'll see to it straight away.
Good. Proceed.
Yes, sir.
Monsieur Bonaparte.
Louis, once again, bravo for what you did. If it weren't for you, Peru would have blown his brains out. You've got courage. I like this. We just lost the vote for the next conference, and we already had fewer votes than Holm. I must absolutely find a solution.
Yes, yes indeed. But I believe if Lord Mortimer is still confident, it's because he still has a few cards up his sleeve.
I hope so. I sincerely hope so. Unfortunately, that vote of Godot you acquired is probably not going to suffice.
Well, it's still more than what you've done, isn't it?
I see you have a short fuse, monsieur. As someone who just started a war with Spain, if I were you, I wouldn't get on my high horse so quickly. In short, we haven't a minute to lose. I'll leave you now.
Just a minute. What did Duchess Hillsborough propose last night?
Oh, nothing worth worrying about. The pretty little pudding eater found no better tactic than to threaten me. She would have been better off sliding into my bed. At least we wouldn't have wasted part of the night talking for nothing.
Okay.
Threatened you, you say?
That's what I said. I think I'm going to have to be careful of English troops crisscrossing the Mediterranean for a while. The witch would let loose the wrath of the English crown on my august person. But if she thinks that would scare a Bonaparte, she is mistaken.
Oh.
Now, Louis,
Oh là 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 là.
time is running
Oh,
short.
oui, oui,
And
oui.
as I said, I'm in a hurry. I have to go now. I will see you later.
Goodbye, monsieur Bonaparte. Va chier, connard. Ok. Temos que ir para o nosso quarto, pelo caminho. Quer dizer, eu se calhar posso tentar ir para Bonaparte, Peru, Godoy, Drichet, Washington, Adams. Onde é que é o quarto dela? Washington, Adams. Who the fuck is Adams? Ah, ok. É que se foi com os porcos. Von Volmers, Tower Room, Peru, Bonaparte, Hillsborough. Ok, é o quarto a seguir. Talvez está alguém no quarto. Sócia, demos um gigri-gigri, depois basaste tipo assim.
No answer. Nothing. Emily? Emily, are you there?
Emily!
Yes. Louis, is that you?
Yes, let me in.
I'm sorry, Louis. I don't feel very well. I'll see you later.
Are you sure everything's all right? Are you still there?
Vamos tentar ir pelo sócio. Baza só. Vê se conseguimos ir pelas janelas. Este é o quarto do Peru.
It's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade.
Não, este é o do
It's marked with
Bonaparte.
the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles. A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
Não, não dá.
My dearest son.
Talvez está pelo... Este é o do Peru, ele está.
Sorry, sir, but you cannot go through. We have very clear instructions from Lord Mortimer.
Sócio.
Monsieur Peru must
Vocês
rest.
mataram-no, né? Já que não me deixam entrar, motherfuckers. Então não dá para fazer nada. O único pátio que está ligado ali ao quarto dela era este. Não há mais maneira nenhuma de entrar. Será que tentamos existir um bocadinho outra vez?
Emily? Emily, are you there?
Emily!
Yes. Louis, is that you?
Yes, let me in.
I'm sorry, Louis. I don't feel very well. I'll see you later.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Ela está a desaparecer.
Are you still there?
Está a estalar os seus dedos. Drac. I'm sorry, Louis. I don't feel so well. Vamos para o quarto. Este é o do Godoy. Não vamos chatear o homem. Já fizemos que chegue com a mente dele. Dance, Peppet. Dance.
That's me.
Oh, dá cá essa maminha.
Next time, listen to my mother. Not a day has gone by without something happening to me. What now?
Será que é ela? Ok, por isso se calhar não conseguimos entrar no quarto dela.
Louis,
Não.
open up, please.
É Washington.
Coming, Mr. President, I'm coming!
Louis. Ah, there you are at last.
Yes,
I just saw your mother. She was accompanied by Emily, and they both went into the Duchess's room. I tried to join them, but I was refused entry. Louis, this does not bode well.
Oh, shit. Emily might want to avenge her sister. I must act quickly.
You're right, Mr. President. Thank you.
Se calhar vou primeiro ao quarto dela, a ver se vejo algum indício de alguma merda.
I do believe that's Emily's voice. Impossible. I can't do it. There's something blocking it on the other side. I've got to find another way in.
Porque é que eu não pude ir logo lá diretamente então?
I have to get inside Emily's room through the... Shit! It's locked. No way. It's too sturdy.
Shit, eu podia ter utilizado uma das outras cenas. Eu gastei os meus pontos quase todos, devia ter utilizado uma poção.
It's as if there are several people inside.
Once again, you're the one who's the victim in all this. What are you on about now?
Golden
I
elixir.
should never have told
Consume
you what
without
happened to me.
excess.
That's how it works, and you know it full well. I'm
What
not that
on
naive.
earth is... You... Mother?
How dare you do this to me? You can talk. After everything I've done for you. You are joking, I hope. Right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Emma. Now that Louis is here, you will leave Sarah alone. Cease your revenge immediately. What? If you think you're going to... Louis, help me, I beg you. I can no longer reason with her. I am Emily. Quit playing games. What? Honestly, don't be ridiculous. No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart. After everything we've been through together.
Yes, well...
Don't you dare bring him into this. This is between you and me. I ask for nothing more, so stop taking it out on Sarah. You prissy little bitch! How dare you! Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? You are joking, I hope. I'm the one who told you everything that's been going on while you were away. Go on then. That's what you want, isn't it? You want to kill me. Go on then, shoot! After all the trouble I've gone through to find you. Go on. What are you waiting for? Here, Louis, take this.
Wait, what's going...
An entire life for this. Go on, shoot! Sorry, Louis, I can't shoot her. She's my sister. That's enough, Emma. Louis, out of the way. She's dangerous. Don't trust her. What are you trying to do? Louis, out of the way. I am not Emma. Come on, Louis, tell her who the real Emily is.
Wait,
That's right, Louis. I'm fed up with this little game. Tell him who the real Emily is.
Why do these things always happen to me?
Well, Louis, come on, you know how to tell us apart, right?
Yes, but... I'd like to ask you a few questions to make sure there's no doubt.
Rational and open, Louis. Let's see. How can I tell them apart? Wait, I've got an idea.
On the night of our arrival... You handed me something. I wasn't feeling very well, and you handed me something. What was it?
My handkerchief, and you stained it with your blood. You still have it, as a matter of fact. But she already knows all this, Louis. It's a waste of time.
Right. Let's find something else. Ah, yes. Let's speak about my arrival at the manor.
On the night of our arrival, we were warming ourselves in front of the fire. Mortimer welcomed us in a very odd way. What happened?
It won't work, Louis. It wasn't Mortimer who welcomed us. It was Sir Gregory. Sorry, Louis. I already told her.
Very well.
Let's try something else.
On the first night, we went up to bed, but I wasn't tired. I went for a little stroll. Before going to bed, I went for a stroll. Did we speak to each other during that stroll?
You must be mistaken. After going up to bed, I went straight to sleep. But she knows all that, Louis. I already told her.
Acho que é da frente, acho que é que tem a
This
arma.
deception so easily. I can assure you, you're going to regret pretending to be me once Louis has exposed you.
O que é que fizemos ontem à
I don't
noite?
think I'll get very far like this. I'll have to find something better.
Oh,
Gigri.
I don't think I'll even wait until he's finished.
Take it easy now.
Are you mad, Louis?
Lower your arm.
I better act quickly if I don't want things to get out of hand.
Come on, she's putting one over on you. Look at yourself for crying out loud. You were prepared to shoot me down.
In the secret room behind the study. Talk to them about what you've been doing. Maybe they haven't spoken about it between each other yet.
On the night of the disappearance of Elizabeth Adams.
What about it? What do you want to know about that night?
Remember? How did you manage to vanquish the Medusa?
Sword toward the Gorgon, Gorgon toward the shield, shield toward the sword. Lantern toward the shield. Of course, I told her how to do it. That's enough! I've had enough of this charade. Louis, there's only one way to tell us apart. There's just one thing I didn't tell her about in detail. Too bad for you, Emma. I didn't want it to come to this, but you leave me no choice. Ask her about you and I. You just lost, Emma. I indeed didn't tell you everything about it. Come, Louis. Speak about our intimacy.
Very well. Let's talk about us. Last night, you came to visit me, and I can't help wondering why. Why did you come to my room?
Louis, you must be mistaken. I did not go to your room last night, and that's where your little game ends, Emma. Because I never told you about it. So, there you can't answer. What?
Então foi a irmã dela que veio dormir comigo.
You didn't do that. I didn't want you to be jealous of Louis. Remember how you always used to react whenever you felt you were competing against a man? You dirty...
That's enough. I've had enough of this charade.
That's enough, both of you. Now I know who the real Emily is.
It's you, Emily.
No, Louis! She is manipulating you!
No, Emma. It's her. I know it. Despite all the trouble you've gone to put one over on me, I know it is her.
That's enough now, Emma. You little slut! Don't think you are going to get away with this so easily. You are going to stop your little game right now. Never! I am Duchess Hills... No!
Emily?
I am the Duchess.
But...
You don't! Dear God, what have I done? See what you've done. See?
Louis?
Mother!
What on earth is...
Go away! You must go. Everyone is going to arrive.
Louis, what's going on?
Duchess? Is everything all right?
Come on, Louis. There's nothing more you can do.
But I...
Leave us.
Emily, What's going on?
Mother, go to the crypt. I'll meet you there.
I'll be waiting for you.
Emily.
Madam, I am coming in.
It was bound to end like this, Louis. Let me stay with her. Please. Go. I'll cover you.
What? What are you doing there? Stop!
God damn it. Now what's going on?
What the fuck? Porquê é que esse gajo está aqui a dormir?
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Good God! They're all here. They must have heard the gunshot.
Where is Lord Mortimer?
Can anyone hear anything through the door?
Se eu vou para ali, eles se calhar vão-me apanhar. Temos outras escadas ali. E se fosse na realidade, eles viam-me. Entrada para o jardim. Sócio, viste a minha mãe?
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
Não dorme, sócio.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
Como é que chama aquela merda? Carmelite Water.
A little Carmelite water would do me a lot of good. Could you find me some, please?
Oh, the tonics are under lock and key, sir. Lord Mortimer only allows access to them in cases of emergency.
What? That's the last straw. Lord Mortimer himself asked me to take the sea to join him here. I accepted out of kindness. The voyage was undertaken in conditions that I prefer not speak about. And then at long last I arrive and you refuse me a simple flask of Carmelite water?
No, sir.
Your name. Tell me your name.
Here, sir, your Carmelite water. Please accept my sincerest apologies. If sir requires anything else whatsoever, sir has only to ask.
Oh yeah! Valeu a pena. Temos que ir para o jardim. Ver a nossa mãe maneta. Que já não pode bater à porta. Com a mão direita. Ou então é a esquerda, não reparei bem. Ok. Então, sócio. Garden Crypt é isto, né? Ups. Mami! Mama! Mom!
Louis! At last, there you are.
Mother, wait,
Come, we have to be quick.
No, wait, Mother,
Time is running out, Louis. First, we must...
No! That's enough. I won't go a step further unless you explain to me what is going on here. I'm begging you. Talk to me.
You must trust me, my son. You are not ready yet.
You're the one who should trust me. Tell me what's happening.
You would never believe me.
I came all the way here for you. Now I've found you. I'm ready, Mother.
If only. Louis, I have always taught you to keep your mind open and rational. I know you are going to find this hard to believe, but what I am going to reveal to you is entirely true. Many years ago, I found out that demons really do live among us.
I beg your pardon?
And that they can influence our thoughts.
Mother, listen to yourself. I know you're exhausted, but for crying out loud, listen to what you're saying. Demons? What next? An ancient monster with a head like an octopus? What do your demons look like? Do they have horns and a pointed tail?
No, these are not creatures with billy goat's legs. Forget your Christian folklore. Imagine them more as parasitic spirits. They possess their hosts and direct them from inside.
Parasitic spirits?
Yes, they are capable of going from one body to another as they see fit. And 2 of them are present on this island.
Right. So let me guess. Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory, right?
You felt it too?
No, even if Home does look the part. But I don't know who else could do it, given that we're on their territory.
Many years ago, well before you were born, I crossed paths with one of them. Since then, I've spent my life trying to find it again. When we recovered the Alizif, I was persuaded that von Burchard was working for this demon in one way or another. But I thought he would hand the book to a middleman during this conference. That's where I made an error that could well turn out to be fatal. The one who Burchard was meant to give the book to was none other than the demon in person, Mortimer. Not to mention that Home had sent Volner to get it for him.
Home and Mortimer are demons?
They both seem to disagree about many things, but I'll admit I never knew exactly why. There are many of them, Louis. Not just those 2.
Mother, have you any proof to support any of this?
Of course, but you do too. You had everything laid out in front of you. Didn't you notice anything?
I went beyond the Nightmare, Mother.
You understood the Masonic date.
1191.
Of course! It was during that siege that the demon took possession of Sir Mortimer. They spent a whole night in conversation until the early hours of the morning. Mortimer had passed the test. He had charmed the demon, and so it chose him to be its host for centuries to come. But tell me, did you find his secret study?
I did indeed.
Did you see his maps of the world?
He has contacts the world over.
Yes, I've been developing the Golden Order across the world for many years, and I've never seen anyone with such influence. It's simply inhuman.
Well, those property deeds across the world, all signed by the same hand, and over several centuries.
I am proud of you, Louis.
I found your notes, written in lemon juice.
Where all eyes size you up. At one stage, I was so afraid of losing my mind that I noted everything down. Congratulations, Louis. Wait, please tell me you didn't open Pandora's box.
The urn? No, I didn't. Why?
Good. We'll deal with it later.
What?
You mean the conference?
How can you explain that someone manages to bring together so many important figures without anyone knowing?
and without any security or personnel. I must admit, I found it difficult to understand how and why Mortimer didn't have a place in history.
On the continent, Mortimer and Home are mere dandies who organize society balls. History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents. Louis, I am proud of you. You came all this way. You found me. You have surpassed me.
You taught me everything I know. Right. How did it all begin?
I saw him.
What do you mean you saw him?
I was 20 years old. I was young and carefree.
Eu sou filho de demónio dele. O Louis é filho do demónio, por isso é que tem aquele poder.
In the Persian Gulf, we came across an ancient grimoire that became unlocked, composed of 7 parts. Each one was a book in itself, set in a sort of metal armor that structured the whole thing. When all the volumes were brought together, they formed a single book.
Okay.
On my return to Paris, I set to studying these pages. I spent all my days and nights studying them.
Oh, I can imagine you doing that.
But the writing was in a language I had never seen before, developed well before Sumerian, in my opinion. So I got the idea to form a small occult circle composed of all the major names in the occult world to see if anyone else could crack it.
And you found no one.
And I found someone, Louis. I found him, or rather he found me. He was young, charismatic, he was flamboyant.
You mean Mortimer?
He was a veritable mine of knowledge. I showed him the book, and he was able to decipher a few passages. We spent several months together studying the pages. He helped me understand certain passages until I realized that he only translated a few parts for me. But I had aroused his interest. It was too late.
How so?
I mean to say he manipulated me. He used me, and in the end, he stole the book with all its secrets.
Did he ever go to your place?
Not once. At least I don't think so. But before disappearing, he proposed a pact between us. He proposed that I follow him and let him teach me, allow him to bring me up.
And you accepted?
Please don't be stupid. You don't make deals with the devil. After that, I spent my whole life looking for him. 3 years later, in Berlin, I just missed him. In London, I lost 6 members of the Order in a chase. In 1741, in Tunisia, I found a sect of fanatics who had crossed paths with him once. 1741, in Poland. 1749, in India.
8 years ago in Venice.
We agreed never to speak about what happened in Venice, Louis.
You agreed, and that was before you spoke to me about demons. Wait, the baby we delivered, you and me, that night in Venice, did he have anything to do with Lord Mortimer?
The child was his son.
We stole his son? Are you insane? I always thought we took him to save him.
That was the case. It was precisely to save him from his father.
Need I remind you the mother died during childbirth? What became of the child?
Later. For the moment, that is not the key issue here. Once we found the Al-Azif in Paris, I followed von Borchart's trail here. I didn't think it would lead me straight to the demon. It was careless of me. He toyed with me for a few days, until I caught on, until I saw him as he was. But he had no intention of letting me leave. We are all his pawns, Louis, and if we don't want to spend the rest of our lives turning round in circles here, we must absolutely get off this island. All right, can we move on?
Wait a minute, one last thing. I want to know what happened between you and Emily's sister.
Great responsibility often brings difficult choices, Louis. That's all you need to know.
Mother, I won't take a step further if you don't answer me.
You dare blackmail me?
I'm listening.
All right, I used her. So there you are. Happy now? We had the Al-Azif, and I didn't think we would be able to escape with it. In order to ensure that the book did not fall into their hands, or that one of them couldn't read in us where we had hidden it. I asked Emily to...
It's Emma.
Yes, or rather for me, it was Emily. So I asked Emma to hide it without anyone seeing. And then I disposed of her. I am sorry for her, but she was part of the Golden Order, Louis. She knew the rules when she joined.
I want to know what happened with Elizabeth Adams.
Louis, we haven't time for those details.
I'm sorry, Mother, but I want to know.
She was one of the receptacles for these monsters. I met her parents when she was born. One of the demons got inside her. The demon used her to spy on her father, John Adams. He is one of the founding fathers and vice president of the United States, you know.
Mortimer possessed her?
No, I don't think it was Mortimer. Her father, John Adams, hired me to tend to her, but the evil in her was too deep. In spite of the various treatments I tried on her, I never succeeded in getting it out of her. It's not something I'm proud of, Louis, but I had to try everything.
Mother, did you kill her?
Of course not. Don't be stupid. I had no interest in getting rid of her.
What did you negotiate about the Al-Azif with Volner?
Absolutely nothing. I managed to pull the wool over his eyes until I found a way to flee.
What was going on with the cannons in Tuscany?
It was nothing.
Since when does the Order finance wars?
The cannons for that Bonaparte fellow? Listen. Once in the lion's den, I did whatever I could to appear legitimate. So yes, I pretended to be interested in Mortimer's project about a young military man who was seeking funding for a foundry in Tuscany. Between you and me, if buying China would have enabled me to escape, I would have signed without hesitation.
Samuel Ritter du Choix. You wanted to send me a letter about Godoy.
I wanted you to run a check on Duke Manuel. But frankly, it doesn't really matter anymore now. Godoy is just a pawn like the others. He is not the one I was looking for.
On the evening of my arrival, Cardinal Piaggi came looking for you. He was determined to give you a letter.
More of his lists. Louis, I think I know what's in that letter, and I beseech you to believe that it is the least of our worries.
Okay.
We can sort that out later.
Are you going to tell me what happened to your hand?
Better than that. I shall show you.
Good. I think that's about right. We shall speak about it once we get back to France.
Great actions for humanity have been decided by demons for centuries, Louis. They are playing with our destiny. We are their slaves. And it's time for it to stop. By the way, what was Mortimer's project at this conference?
He wants the United States to occupy all the North American territory. France should recover Louisiana and give it to the United States. In that case, the Americans would just have to push west to chase the Spanish from the continent once and for all.
And as Mortimer controls Washington, you may just as well say that it will put him at the head of a world superpower. We should do our utmost to put a stop to Mortimer's plans. But for the time being, there are more pressing matters.
Sempre pensei que os Illuminatis eram tipo ETs, reptilianos, mas pelos vistos são espíritos.
There. That's why we are here.
Baby Jesus. Que é isso, mamãe? Eu não sei o que é isso. Bethesda. Vamos fazer um jogo? Could have been a witness of Napoleon's resolution. I could have spoken with Piaggi about his motivations. I could have learned something from Al-Azif. Oh, eu curtia ter visto o Al-Azif. Curtia ter lido e aprendido mais. I could have learned something from... I could have gone to Jacques Perrot room to get to the balcony. Sócio, então eu não fiz isso. I managed to go through Napoleon Bonaparte room. Ah, ok, eu podia ter ido pelo quarto do Jacques Perrot. Ok. Pensei que me apareceu outro gajo outra vez a dizer que eu não podia lá entrar. Protect one of the Hillsborough twins. Isto ainda não me vai dizer se eu escolhi a certa. Ok, na boa. Não vou subir de nível. Yep. Presa desbloqueada. Double game.
We aren't going to have to force that one, are we?
I don't think we're even capable of doing it. You're going to have to find a way to open it.
Why, of course. And what's inside?
Something to vanquish them with?
Perfect. So, how does it open?
We'll need several keys. I found a note from the architect who conceived the mechanism in Mortimer's secret study. We have to first gather 5 objects before we try anything.
Are the 5 objects the keys?
Exactly. We have the Clement III cross, the nails, the Gutenberg Bible, the exegesis of Judas, an armillary sphere, and all we need to match up the dates between the different calendars.
Sócio, não estou a perceber nada.
Why a cross?
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea, but it just so happens that's what you are going to use to activate the mechanism. I found the one Mortimer kept. It belonged to Cardinal Guibert, better known by the name of Pope Clement III.
Perfect. Where is it?
Unfortunately, I've lost it. When I lost my hand, I went dashing out, and it must have fallen from my pocket.
Remember, Mother. I'm certain you can remember.
Let me think.
You were running.
I was bleeding to death.
You remember the pain.
I thought I was going to faint. Yes, I remember. I don't think it can be far, can it?
Would you have lost it outside?
No, I don't think so. It must be in the area. I don't remember going up with it.
Perfect. I'll search the crypt before leaving. Some nails?
Don't ask me. I'm not the one who made the mechanism, you know. When I arrived, there were already a few of them inserted, so I didn't have to worry about those. On the other hand, I remember seeing some in Mortimer's secret study, behind his nightmare.
In a golden cup? Yes. Yes, I saw them too.
Perfect. It will be easy for you to find them then. You need 3 of them.
Very well.
You remember what to do about the rollers. 1191 to enter, and 6466 to exit.
Of course.
1911 and 6466. Caraças, não. Diz outra vez, faz favor. Eu tenho certeza de ter decorado.
I'm not the one who made the mechanism, you know. When I arrived, there were already a few
191 eu sei que
so I
era.
didn't have to worry about those. On the other hand, I remember seeing some in Mortimer's secret study.
Que eu vou ter que ir lá outra vez buscar aqueles 3.
In a golden cup? Yes.
Portanto, tenho uma cruz para encontrar aqui em baixo. Tenho os 3 pregos para apanhar lá na sala secreta dele.
You remember what to do about the rollers? 1191
6466, ok, está certo.
6466 to exit.
Parece que eu queria saber, mamãe. Então, the exegesis of Judas.
Exegesis. Anything else?
Did you manage to vanquish the Medusa?
To open the chimney? Yes, absolutely.
So you've already come across it. It's the Bible of Judas that is exposed in the secret room behind the chimney.
Why do they call it an exegesis?
Because that's what it is, and not an apocryphal Bible, strictly speaking. It's the study of a text with a summary, not an actual Bible. Anyway, well done for the Gorgon. You did well. You didn't get tricked by the light bouncing back.
Thanks. Do you think I can take it safely?
We haven't got a choice, Louis. Without it, we won't be able to work out this cursed mechanism.
This is the book in which you left your correspondence with Duchess Hillsborough, isn't it?
That's right.
Okay.
You still believe it's in the tower room, don't you?
I don't know. There is only one way to find out, though.
Right. I shall go and see.
Tower room.
There's one in the portrait gallery.
Yes, but it's enormous. If you don't want to have to go back and forth several times, then I suggest you get a smaller one.
What did you do then?
I didn't think I'd need one. I started without one, and I lost my hand before I did need one. And you can see the result.
What do you mean by the concordance of dates exactly?
Don't worry about that. We already have them. They are written on the back of the message I just gave you. One last thing before you go. Be very careful. If you come across anyone, they can all potentially be spies of Mortimer or Holm. Don't ever confide in anyone because a demon can slip inside them at any moment.
Wait, not all of them though. Take Washington.
Especially Washington. He's been conditioned by Mortimer for years. Look at them, for crying out loud. How do you explain their behavior otherwise? The most influential politicians in the Western world gather together without the least protection, without a single aid to assist them, to participate in a conference during which the guests start dropping like flies. Me, Adams, Peru, Hillsborough. Look at the number of calamities that have happened over the past few days. And not one of them has asked to leave the island? Do you find that normal? You'll see. Go up to the manor to look for the keys, and I wager not one of them will speak to you about my being in Emily's room.
Do you think so?
Go on, you'll see. And come back with all the objects in one go. Time is against us. And remember, the code to get out of the secret office is 6466.
What on earth is that? A disc with information engraved in the metal?
Ok.
An iris that should open,
Aquele
I
sangue
imagine, and blood.
é da mão da minha mãe.
Mother? The dried blood. There.
Yes, it's mine. Sorry if I stained everything, but I must admit that at the time my thoughts were more on the pain than cleaning up after myself.
They're Roman numerals, Arab numbers, and town names.
Go on. I'm listening. What do you think?
On each engraved piece of information, there's a hole. Those are for the nails, right?
That's absolutely right.
Tell me, I imagine that once we've solved this enigma, the iris opens, right?
Exactly.
Did you succeed in opening this iris?
Yes, by putting the cross on the console and the 3 nails on the disc, the iris opens. It gives access to a hole where I put my hand, thinking I could fully open the iris. There's a handle at the bottom, and as you can see, it didn't turn out very well for me.
Ok.
You ought to go, Louis. If someone finds us here, the situation might well become seriously complicated.
Devil's Thorn.
Famous cross of Clement III. Perfect. And one key found.
Ok. Então, a cruz já está. Os pregos. Portanto, temos aquela área secreta. Temos também a parte secreta do mal, que é onde estão os pregos. E temos também um livro. Essa Bíblia acho que está lá naquela sala que tinha lá os quadros. Mas eu não sei onde é que é essas bostas. Ups. Oi?
Golden Elixir.
Hã? Ok, vou lá para cima, eu sei que pelo menos lá em cima há duas coisas. Ok, então uma é aqui no Tower Room.
Ah, Louis. Glad you're here.
Blasted. He's gonna...
Someone threw you off balance. The cost of your firstborn increase. Okay.
Talk about my mother.
Come and see what I've found. There are pieces of paper in the ashes of the chimney. Someone's been burning something here.
Incredible. He doesn't seem to want to speak to me about what happened between my mother and the Hillsborough sisters.
Show me a little.
Look, it's possible to distinguish two different writing styles.
The rest of the correspondence between my mother and Emma.
Someone tried to burn an exchange of messages. I'm certain. There must be more.
Shit. What on earth is he doing?
If you want my opinion, a servant must have burnt some old papers. That's all.
Why, of course. You very nearly made me think that you were trying to hide something, Louis. No, I'm sure there must be other hidden messages.
He won't let go. He's going to work his way back to the Bible if he continues.
Shit.
The Bible's still there.
Hey, look, there.
No, I don't see anything.
Come, Louis, look. Someone's clearly drawn a 4 in the dust. I have a clue.
He's going to be disappointed when he sees the Bible's disappeared.
Hey, look.
Ok, então básico.
No, I don't see anything.
Come, Louis, look. Someone's clearly drawn a 4 in the dust. I have a clue.
He's going to be disappointed when he sees the Bible's disappeared.
Trust no one. Eu não vou confiar em ninguém. Nem na Emily ou na irmã dela ou whatever. Agora tenho que ir lá para cima. Como é que eu vou buscar os pregos se eu estiver lá no salão dele? Não parece que seja aqui ninguém. 1911. Será que o gajo está lá dentro? Isto era bem perigoso entrar nesse tipo de cenas. Quem é que nos disse que o gajo não está lá dentro?
Right. This time, it'll be a lot quicker. If I remember rightly, the code was 11...
A sério, filho da mãe, para que é que eu apontei isso então? Então mete só o código.
Of course. Mortimer's plan succeeds, the United States will indeed double in size. It would mean the end of the Spanish presence in North America.
Qual é que é o Devil's Thorn?
Devil's Thorn.
There. Those are the nails I was looking for. Looks like obsidian or onyx. It must weigh a ton. What on earth could that be?
Acho que isso ainda vai ser importante para alguma bosta.
Who could Mortimer have locked in there? A Van Leeuwenhoek microscope? The most sophisticated microscope there is. When I think of the difficulty the Order had in getting hold of one of these... A hand of tarot cards. I should have learned my lessons in card reading a little better. Feathers, pigeons probably. It's locked. All right, come on. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, para que é que eu apontei a porra do código? Sério, nem precisei de o colocar. Está-se bem. O papagaio está aqui. Viste tudo, sócio. Espiritado em ti, motherfucker. Chibas parte do pescoço. Aço no espeto, sócio.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before...
Ok, agora não sei onde é que tem que ir. Falta do o Exegesis, Armillary Sphere. Sarah's Note, Secret Room of the Portrait Gallery. Sarah's Note. Pois, a esfera armilar é que não sei onde é que arranjar. Portrait Gallery. Where the fuck is the Portrait Gallery? Portrait Gallery. Estou aqui, é no andar de baixo. Ok, temos de descer. Descer para trás. Está aqui uma esfera armilar também.
The Song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near. His brain is oozing by either ear. Right. It's definitely an armillary sphere, but I have to find one that I can take with me. Otherwise I risk drawing too much attention to my comings and goings.
Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci.
The last day before his crucifixion, Jesus announces that he will be betrayed by one of his disciples.
Liberty or Death by Regnault. Well, I'll take liberty, please. But I do understand his choice, even though it...
Right. Let's see if the statues are in place yet. The sword toward the Gorgon, that's good. It's in the right place. That statue is not positioned correctly.
Open sesame.
Abre-te sésamo. Ok, aqui temos o quê?
The Ring of the Nibelungs. Even if Mortimer is several centuries old, I don't see what part he has in this legend. So that's Pandora's box? An urn? Mother seemed worried that I was able to open it. I wonder why.
Este é o exégese, certo? Eu acho que sim.
So that's the exegesis of Judas. I hope Mortimer doesn't read it very often. Otherwise he's going to notice that someone's stolen it. But that's just too bad. I need it. Caesar's laurel wreath. Mortimer, given all the relics preserved here, it wouldn't surprise me if Mortimer claimed it was Excalibur.
Ok, agora falta Armillary Sphere. Não sei onde é que tem uma esfera armilar.
Right. I've got what I need. Now let's not waste any more time.
Onde é que será que havia uma esfera armilar? Isto é muito big, man. Não me lembro de ter visto nenhuma, talvez num quarto de um hóspede. Ou lá fora no jardim.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from golden elixir.
Oh yeah. Bem, este pão já deve estar duro, já está aqui há tanto tempo. God damn it.
A pound.
Deixa eu ver se o gajo sabe.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night.
Sei que abusei um bocadinho de tu, mas...
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would, but unfortunately I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
Damn it, Riche. Are you joking or what? You sell me pipe dreams about Mortimer's project, and a few hours later, one of your allies completely breaks down. Is this what Mortimer's side is all about? What am I going to do now?
Come now, my Lord Duke. You know very well that at this level, things can get pretty rough. You ought to be used to it. Rest assured, Lord Mortimer has bounced back before. It's not an issue.
What can I do for you?
I'm dreaming. My mother was right. He's not going to tell me one word about what happened to Emily.
To tell you the truth, I'm in search of an armillary sphere. You wouldn't know where I can find it, would you?
Well, well. So you do have a passion for astronomy. Von Wollner has already bored me quite enough with all of his endless stories. You ought to concentrate, Louis. Politics is an art that requires all one's attention. Refrain from spreading yourself too thin, and leave stargazing to the poets.
What can I say? I'm only...
Ask Wollner. I am sure he must have it among his effects.
Perfect. Thank you, my Lord Duke.
Leave me now.
See you later.
Vê se o Vollmer está no quarto dele. Vou ter que subir outra vez. Eu curto. O Vollmer supostamente é um dos bichos. Peru. Ok, ali à frente. Segunda porta à direita. Vollmer supostamente é um dos demónios. Certo? Aqui. Aqui. Quer dizer, ele pode não estar aqui e a gente pode lhe roubar só o item, né? Não parece estar. Oh, está aqui.
An armillary sphere. Perfect. That will save me some time. I only hope that he isn't going to realize it right away.
Já tenho tudo o que preciso. Vamos ver se consigo roubar mais uns itens para me curar e depois escolher.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Ziau! Pois eu gostava de... Ah, fogo. Vou...
If I'm not mistaken, Paracelsus named the element called zinc.
Ok. Espero que valha a pena. Ok, Mysterious Notes. Isso é nice. Pior é que ainda não tenho todas as páginas. Falta só uma página de cada cena. Fuck it.
The alchemist is a young man. A table of alchemical symbols. Someone circled the zinc with signs of obscurantism.
Oh, estava ali a resposta. Fuck it. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. Não tinha reparado naquele quadro. Zinc, eu tinha logo percebido. Ok, temos de voltar a descer para ir lá para fora para o jardim. Para aí ter que a nossa mãe a saída para o jardim é ali em frente. Vou cagar uma beca agora na Emily, nas Hillborough Sisters.
Christ Crucified, by Velasquez.
Oh shit. Wrong turn. É aqui. Mas o facto de eu não ter pontos nenhuns e não ter os itens cheios preocupa-me um bocadinho. Para mais eu gastei uma destas cenas para descobrir o que estava lá dentro daquela caixinha.
So, good. You've managed to gather all the keys.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. I have everything. What should I start with?
Place the Clement III cross on the console. Then you have to put the nails on the disc of the door.
What theme did you start with?
As the fresco shows the birth of Christ, I placed one nail in Bethlehem, one in chapter 2, and one in verse 6. The iris opened a little. I thought it was normal. Behind the aperture of the iris, there is a duct in which I put my hand. I felt something like a valve at the bottom. I thought by turning it the door would open, or the iris would open completely, or something else would happen. Instead, I felt something like an axe cut off my hand. I really thought it was the end of me.
What did you do then?
Well, although I had made some unfortunate choices, I was lucky in that Mortimer was well stocked with drugs. I raided his supplies of medicine.
What hole should I put the nails in?
Well, I can't really advise you there, because I haven't exactly made the best choices myself. All
Makes sense.
I can say is that you have to insert one to choose a town, one to choose a chapter, and one to choose a verse.
All right, my turn now.
Go ahead, impress me. I'll shut up and let you concentrate.
On the back of the message is written correspondence of days. One Sabahan.
This exegesis contains comments from Judas on the different Gospels. It only contains certain chapters and verses, and the chapters are indicated by Roman numerals. The lexicon refers to different chapters and verses from the exegesis of Judas.
Ei, a sério?
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head. Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and two others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst. Chapter 5, verse 2. Jesus cures the sick and lame on the 8th of Adar, 3791, in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes. Chapter 5, verse 2. Now, there is at Jerusalem, by the sheep market, a pool, which is called, in the Hebrew tongue, Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of the blind, halting, and withered, waiting for the moving of the water. Jesus saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed, and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath. Chapter 2, verse 6. Jesus was born of Mary and Joseph on the 22nd of Taveth at midnight, 3762, in the village of Bethlehem. Chapter 2, verse 6. And so it was that, while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered of a child. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid. Chapter 2, verse 6.
Não, sócio.
And so it was that, while they were there,
Chapter
the
2,
days
verse
were
6.
accomplished that she should be delivered of a child. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the
8.
inn.
Jerusalém,
And there were in the
22.
same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their
Bethlehem.
flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid.
Bethlehem. Fogo.
Chapter 5, verse 2.
5
Jesus
também.
cures the sick and lame on the 8th of Adar, 3791,
5:2.
in Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes. Chapter 5, verse 2. Now, there is at Jerusalem, by the sheep market, a pool, which is called, in the Hebrew tongue, Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of the blind, halting, and withered, waiting for the moving of the water. Jesus saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed, and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath. Chapter 14, verse 22.
Não é isso que eu queria escolher.
On the 7th
Estou
of
bué da
Nisan,
toa.
3793,
7.
Jesus shared his last supper in the cenacle in Jerusalem. Chapter 14, verse 22. And as they did eat, Jesus took bread and blessed and broke it, and gave to them and said, Take, eat. This is my body. And he took the cup, and when he'd given thanks, he gave it to them, and they all drank of it. Chapter 1, verse 9. Jesus was baptized by John in Jordan on the 9th of Hesvan, 3852.
Dá-me o equivalente, sócio.
Chapter 1, verse 9. And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee, and was baptized by John in Jordan. And coming up out of the water, he saw the heavens opened, and the Spirit like a dove descending upon him. Chapter 24, verse
O
3.
que é isto, man? Já são números
Jesus rose
normais.
from the dead on the 14th of Nisan, 3793, in Nazareth. He appeared with a halo above his head. Chapter 24, verse 3. But when they entered, they did not find the body of the Lord Jesus. While they were wondering about this, suddenly 2 men in clothes that gleamed like lightning stood beside them. In their fright, the women bowed down with their faces to the ground. But the men said to them, Why do you look for the living among the dead? He is not here. He has risen. Remember how he told you while he was still with you in Galilee. Chapter 3, verse 18. Words truly pronounced in Abagash. Chapter 3, verse 18. He that believeth in him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. Chapter 3, verse 18. Words truly pronounced in Abagash. Chapter 3, verse 18. Words truly pronounced in Abagash.
Ok, é o equivalente.
Chapter 3, verse 18. Words truly pronounced in Abagash.
Ok, acho que é capaz de estar tudo.
Chapter 3,
não, sócio.
Verse
Quero
18.
bazar só.
Words truly pronounced in Abagash. The cycle of the moons has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now.
Ok.
The fresco clearly shows the birth of Christ.
Louis, I can assure you that that is not the solution to this enigma. This fresco's only purpose is to mislead. I know that now. Please, focus on another theme about Christ.
We'll have to trust her. You could see that the paint has come off in parts. Difficult to see what was there, but I can distinguish the letters N-R-I.
Oh, and
nothing more.
R-I.
It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions. There are 3 styles of writing, and I've got 3 nails. There must be a link. I must surely put in 1 nail per category.
Golgota é a única cidade que não tinha sido referida. Eu acho que é para meter. Oh, ok. A gente tinha que escolher todos os capítulos e versículos que não
Well done, Louis.
estavam.
I hadn't seen those other wheels. Try connecting the theme to see if it goes all the way.
It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions. There are 3 styles of writing, and I've got 3 nails.
Não, não é
There
isso.
must be a link. I must surely put in 1 nail per category. There must surely be a connection between the wheels. During new moon, the moon is entirely in the shadow. Then, the shadow moves from west to east, meaning left to right, and goes through the following states: waxing crescents, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous,
Last quarter, waning crescent, and the cycle starts over with a full shadowed new moon. The moon shadow moves from west to east. Eighth of Ramadan, 553, waxing crescent. 7th of Shaban, 607, first quarter. 19th of Jamada al-Awwal, 639, waning gibbous. 13th of Shaban, 607, waxing gibbous. 19th of Jamada al-Awwal, 639, waning gibbous. 5th of Jamada al-Tahani, 609, waxing crescent. 6th of Layar, 3789, waxing crescent. 30th of Ramadan, 554, waning crescent. 20th of Du al-Hajjah, 561, waning gibbous. 6th of Rajab, 611, waxing crescent.
'Tenho que rodar agora esta bosta.
This wheel contains several symbols made up of 1 or 2 figures and 1 letter. The highest figure does not exceed 31, and each letter corresponds to a month of the year.
Okay.
A for April, and M for March. I think these symbols must represent a specific date. Look at this. There are notches between each of the wheels. So, I have to link the name of the town from the theme I've chosen to an icon, then to a date, and finally, the date to the moon.
17. Ok. Nazaré.
I can feel the lever at the bottom.
Good luck.
Então, mas como é que eu rodo esta merda? Eu tenho que alinhar os eventos com as datas. Na loja da Fresco. Na loja...
There are different icons on this wheel, but it looks like some of them can't be connected to the other.
Mother, what do you think?
As I told you, I didn't get that far. Nevertheless, these icons do represent moments in the life of Christ.
Now, given the difference between the number of icons and the number of towns, I think that only one path connects all the wheels with one another. Let's try to connect the theme I've chosen with the rest.
LOL. Sim, mas eu tenho medo de meter a mão e de morrer. Ou de ficar sem um braço na laje da Mundos. Isto não devia ter aqui uma opção para rodarmos isto na parte de fora? Look at mechanism. Porque basicamente a gente tem que alinhar março, abril. Eu não consigo ler ali a cena por baixo. Basicamente isto é o nascimento de Jesus, ressurreição, crucifixo. Ou seja, o nascimento à partida até é capaz de estar bem. Eu tenho que ver o nome das outras cidades. O ciclo da lua, segundo o que estava naquele livro. Ora bem, se aquele ficar para ali, se aquele está bem. Não, mas não está bem. Vira ali. Ah, ok, está aqui. Não, isto está completamente mal. Go back. Analyze the week, analyze the wheel of dates, analyze the wheel of moons. Ok, então tenho que meter ali a cena. Acho que tenho que meter a mão. Mas eu meter o braço não significa que eu vá puxar a alavanca, certo?
Good luck.
É para rodar. Pulo. Não, isto tem que estar para rodar aqui. Onde é que eu rodo esta bosta? Será que é aqui na cruz? Ah, é aqui. Ah, ok, ok. Isto não bate com data nenhuma. Jerusalém. Ok, calma, não. Jerusalém foi quando nasceu o Jesus Christ. Nazaré. Jordan. Esta é assim. Agora, nas datas. Wheel of Dates. 29. Supostamente foi quando ele nasceu. E o ciclo lunar. A lua cheia tem que ficar para aqui. A lua cheia tem que ficar 3J. Ressurreição 17. February. March, April, June, August, May. Pronto, a lua cheia tem que ficar aqui para cima, para Nazaré.
Seventh of Shaban, 607, first quarter. 8th of Ramadan, 553, waxing crescent. 19th of Jumada al-Awwal, 639,
quero ver a lua cheia. Que eu não percebo nada dos ciclos. Então tem que ver a lua cheia e lua nova.
5th of Jumada al-Tahani,
Não.
609, waxing crescent. 6th of Layar, 3789,
quarto crescente é
waxing
aquele.
crescent.
6, ok.
30th of Ramadan,
34 crescente
554,
outra vez.
waning crescent.
Waning.
6th of Layar,
Waxing. Foda-se, isso é que está-me a atrofiar tudo.
3789, Waxing Crescent. 20th of Du Al-Hajjah,
Waning Gibbous.
561, Waning Gibbous. 6th of Rajab, 611, Waxing
Epá, que
Crescent.
aquilo ou está bem ou está exatamente ao contrário. Que eu não consigo distinguir.
The moon shadow moves from west to east.
West to east. From west to east. From west to east.
During new moon, the moon is entirely in the shadow. Then, the shadow moves from west to east, meaning left to right, and goes through the following states. Waxing crescents,
Okay.
first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous,
Full
last
moon.
quarter, waning crescent,
Outro waxing
and the cycle
e
starts up
waning.
with the full shadowed new moon.
Entre o waxing e o waning. Ok.
8th of Ramadan,
Não.
553, Waxing Crescent.
Que era o
13th
Gibbous.
of Shaban,
Gibbous. Waxing Gibbous.
607,
Ok. 13.
Waxing Gibbous.
Waxing Gibbous.
30th of Ramadan,
Não.
554,
Agora quero Waning
Waning
Gibbous.
Crescent.
Waning
6th
Gibbous.
of Lyar,
Não.
3789, Waxing Crescent. 20th of Du
Waning
Al-Hajjah,
Gibbous. 20.
561, Waning Gibbous.
Quer dizer, presumindo que o resto está certo. Oh, não, não, não. Calma, tenho que confirmar tudo. Não, isto está... Isto é a lua cheia. A lua cheia é preta, não é a outra que está com sangue. Então, presumindo que o resto está bem, e eu tenho... A única coisa que eu tenho, tipo, a certeza que está bem é a roda de fora. Se a roda de fora estiver bem, as outras... Aliás... A única coisa que eu tenho a certeza que está bem é a roda de fora. É esta aqui. Mais escura. Esta é a única que eu tenho dúvidas. Mas a de dentro está bem se esta também tiver. Mas eu acho que esta está bem, obviamente. Não me deixava assim. 8, 3... Abril. March, April, June. August. Ok, eu acho que isto está bem.
I can feel the lever at the bottom.
Good luck. I never doubted you, my son.
Está certo. Está certo. Big head. The end of tier. Ui, não tinha cenas alternativas neste... Agora que a gente acabou o episódio 3. Acho eu. Ah, pá. Ui, podemos dar pontinhos. 4 pontos disponíveis. Onde é que eu vou dar os 4 pontos? Ok, posso subir aquilo ali. 1, 2, 3 e subir aquilo. Um, 2. Ok. Acabou. Endgame. Está feito. Ok. Já estou outra vez naquele modo, naquele mental state de que isto vai coisa. Vamos bombar outra vez com jogos. Eu tenho aqui até alguns jogos preparados para jogar em breve. alguns jogos até curtos, quero trazer variedade, até porque este giveaway que eu estou a fazer é um giveaway bastante grande. Inclusive eu tenho aqui na cena, estou a fazer um giveaway até dia 21 de junho, portanto aproveitem, participam, se ficaram até ao fim deste vídeo. Merecem saber que esse giveaway existe. Não é que o Fishman Channel seja muito grande, mas podem participar e habilitarem-se a ganhar estes lindos jogos. Rime, Old Man Journey, Eden Folks, Forgotten Anne, Batman Arkham Asylum e Rebel Galaxy. Portanto, 6 jogos, um total superior a 100 euros. São todos jogos que eu já joguei no canal, excepto o Rebel Galaxy e o Batman Arkham Asylum. Se bem que eu já joguei Batman Arkham Asylum, não cheguei a dar a volta, talvez traga para o canal mais tarde, mas são todos jogos bacanos. Rebel Galaxy era para dar um bocado mais de variedade, é a única RTS. De resto são todos jogos bacanos que eu curti bastante e divertidos, alguns grandes, outros nem por isso, mais pequeninos, mas são todos bacanos. Pelo menos eu curti todos e escolhi estes jogos para fazer este giveaway porque sim, porque me apeteceu. Vocês jogos bonitos, eu é que faço anos, mas vocês é que recebem as prendas. Portanto, se curtem este giveaway, querem mais giveaways, melhores giveaways noutros formatos, basta participarem, partilharem e vão até ao Discord, deixem a vossa opinião sobre que outros formatos é que eu podia fazer giveaway, sobre aquilo que vocês querem, o que é que pretendem mais nos giveaways, que eu agradeço. E partilhem também o giveaway para mais pessoal participar, é a melhor prendinha que me podem dar. Gostava bué que este giveaway tivesse bué participantes, trouxesse bué seguidores para o canal do Twitch, ou bué subscritores para o canal do YouTube, ou para o canal do Twitch. Isso é subscritores, isso é que era bom, mas pronto, portanto façam-me, partilhem. Eu estou a curtir bem deste jogo, eu volto muito em breve com mais gameplay deste jogo. Amanhã possivelmente não, mas vamos ver se conseguimos terminar logo este jogo, até porque eu tenho curiosidade em jogar este jogo outra vez, não tão cedo se calhar, mas eventualmente voltar a jogar este jogo. É lá, isto tem muitos capítulos aqui, 1, 2, 3, 13, 14, 15, 16. Não, são só 3 capítulos também. Só o primeiro é que é 4 capítulos. Ok, mas pronto, vamos muito em breve continuar a nossa demanda. Eu espero que vocês tenham curtido. Não se esqueçam de fazer essas cenas todas, giveaway, seguirem o Discord, blá blá, tudo aí nos links em baixo. Obrigadão por terem acompanhado mais um episódio de The Council e até à próxima. Por enquanto é todos, fiquem bem, tenham um grande gaming time. Tudo. Obrigado por teres visto este vídeo no Fishman Channel. Tens aí mais 2 vídeos para explorar mais conteúdo no canal e uma bola para subscreveres o canal e te habilitares a ganhar keys para o Steam. Tens mais informação na descrição do vídeo, como links para as redes sociais e o link para o giveaway. Mais uma vez obrigado e tenham um grande gaming time.